You know what I love?
What?
We are ridiculing these questions. Now the problem is, we just make these questions sound dry.
We're not going to get any more questions.
What do I have habits for? Why do you need passion?
All right, we are back for episode number 3 of the Not So Serious Life. Jason Goldberg, Creepy Steve Chandler, and we are here to answer your questions and help you simplify and humorize your life by answering your questions and helping you to have more fun and not be so serious. And so we're going to jump right into our question today. Steve, we are down to our final 3 boxes. What's it going to be?
Cocoa Krispies. I've never heard of those.
You've never heard of Cocoa Krispies?
Oh.
It's
Have
basically
you ever had them?
It's chocolate Rice Krispies. It's delicious. I don't know what's wrong with you, Steve. Do you not like? Are you not a chocolate person?
I think this is the final nail in the coffin of American civilization.
Did you say for civilization?
Yeah, I also think it's what I love about this show, Jason, is that we're not here to promote anything. We're just here to help people out and do whatever.
Steve, tell us about that book. What's that book all about that I actually just sent to somebody else?
No, really, I had no intention. It was just in the way. I was just moving it out here, so no problem. What's the question today? Did it come out of the box, or are you still eating?
I was just looking. There's a lot of sugar in this stuff. I shouldn't say that.
Are you ever afraid you'll go back to your former weight? What was that, over 300 pounds?
330 pounds. The thing is that what I did was you have to replace bad habits with good ones. So now instead of overeating, I'm bulimic. So here is our question.
A purge on the air?
I binge and purge, yeah. On the air, probably not.
Good.
Hold on. Okay, I'm good. All right, so... Oh, this is good. This actually goes along kind of with some of the stuff we were talking about at episode 2. How do you guys create and stick with habits long term? How do you create and stick with habits long term?
So why would I want to do that?
Tell me more.
Well, there's no more to say. Why would I would like to bring that questioner into the studio. Do you know who that was, by the way?
I do, but I can't tell you. I'm sworn to secrecy.
Get him on the line. Why do I want long-term habits? Why don't I just want to be an improvisational guy who does spontaneous things throughout my day and ends up in debt and in trouble?
Yeah, I got you. I mean, it's, to me, when I hear somebody talk about, and I love this, so I'm talking about this, and I can just see this happening a lot, and it's playing out in my head, and I don't always say it, so I want to say it now. So many times when I'm saying, like, I could see somebody saying this and meaning this, I'm really hearing in my head, I remember when I said this, and I really meant this, so I'm not at all projecting this onto whoever asked this, because I know this was a question I had for years. How do I make a habit and then stick to it like a friggin', banshee, like nothing else matters? And what I ended up realizing was anytime I wanted to create and stick to a long-term habit, I was setting myself up for failure and shame and guilt and fault and blame and all these really serious things. And so I was setting myself up to, like, if I was to miss a day on something, world's over, devastated.
Yeah. And it's fun to replace habits with other habits and upgrade and I know you've seen the movie Change of Habit with Elvis Presley and Mary Tyler Moore.
Oh, of course. Yeah, of course.
I know all of our viewers are very familiar with that movie.
I have it on Betamax.
We know the point of that movie. Mary Tyler Moore was a nun. And so the word habit had more than one meaning.
Yeah. Yeah, and so the other thing that I think about habits with them being long-term, and that's why this question really stuck out. If somebody said, how do you create and stick with habits? Maybe not so heavy and so serious, but when I saw long-term, that's what I was like, oh yeah, I remember what that feels like. And so for me, my habits have become as short-term as possible. And my habit could be just for today, it could be just for the next hour, it could be just for the next 5 minutes. My habits have become very, very condensed. And so, for example, a lot of people say, back to the weight loss thing with my cereal, is how did you lose 130 pounds? and I tell them I didn't. I lost 1 pound 130 times. And to me, that's the way I set habits now. How do I set a habit to go to the gym every day? I don't. I set a habit to go to the gym tomorrow morning. And that's it. That is the beginning, middle, and end of the habit. And then I choose again the next day whether I'm going to have that habit be a habit again.
I like that. And also I find if something's fun for you to do, then you don't have to worry about making it a habit because it's fun to do.
Yeah.
And you found a way to make it fun. The great quarterback, Fran Tarkenton, used to say, if it's not fun, you're not doing it right.
Yeah.
And so let's find what you want to make into a habit, and let's instead look for how do you make that fun for you?
Yeah.
How would that be more fun for you to do? And let's look into that. And that way, you can look forward to doing it. You don't have to worry about making it a habit, making yourself automatic, robotic about it.
Yeah. Yeah, and one of the techniques you taught me to do this, and I think it came originally from Nathaniel Brandon and some of his stuff, is all the sentence completion stuff. And it's such a great exercise to say, if I were to make this 5% more fun, I would. And then just start brainstorming. What could make it even 5% more? It doesn't have to be make it the funnest thing in the world. What can I do to make this 5% more fun? So for me, I actually did that exercise when I, no pun intended, wanted to start exercising more. I said, how can I make exercising 5% more fun? And I said, well, I love comedy. So I'm going to start listening to comedy on my phone while I'm working out. And boom, it's way more than 5% more fun. It's 95% more fun because I'm doing something I love as a part of something that I know is good for me. So I'm totally on board with you there.
Yeah, that's good. I love that.
Cool. So for the person that asked, how do you create and stick with habits long term? Why would you?
Right. Why take such a dreary, robotic approach to life when you can actually have fun and get the same thing done? If I want to work out, I want to know I'm choosing to work out and I'm looking forward to working out. Not like I hope I've developed a habit of working out so I can be mindless about it.
Yeah, totally.
Be mindful.
Yeah, because that's a waste of our energy, right? To do something so mindless and then force ourselves to do it and try to tap into the pain of not doing it, all that crap.
You know what I love?
What?
We are ridiculing these questions. Now the problem is, creatures make these questions sound chronic.
We're not going to get any more questions.
Want to have habits for? Why do you need passion? I mean, I can't wait for that. But the problem is, Jason, I think maybe some people will be reluctant to send their questions in the future.
What I think is going to happen,
calling their name out.
Yeah, what I think is going to happen is that the same people that send these questions are going to send in second questions, and the questions are going to be, "Why are you guys such jerks?"
Yeah,
I don't know how to answer that, so I hope we don't get that one.
I've got reasons ready for questions like that.
Awesome. I can't wait to hear them. So that's all for today, episode 3. The two jerks, Jason Goldberg and Steve Chandler, here to serve you, here to love you, here to have fun, here to help you live a not-so-serious life. So send your questions in, even if you're reluctant, to questions@thenotsoseriouslife.com, and we will see you tomorrow. Lots of love. Peace out.